Hello, everyone. Again, this is Antonio, and I'm coming at you with another exciting video. So, I have done a number of videos today, but this one really hits home because when you look at people who have put 30 years on a job and to be out of your job in a blink of an eye. Now, this is the set of circumstances that led up to the article that we're going to talk about now. And that is basically yellow freight workers was having a fit because a lot of them really thought that they were going to lose their pension. And because Yellow is a trucking company that that's in the union, they gave up so much. But imagine working 30 years on your job, and when you are done working these 30 years, it's over for you. Now, luckily, Yellow has for now temporarily fixed their wrongs. But think about a lot of the companies that don't fix their wrongs, right? So let's play this video. This is from Indisputable. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So all I have to say is that so you gotta do yes. And nobody tell me, and nobody here tell me why I get emotional. Why you talk like this? That's fine. I don't know why. You know, I want my ass off. Exactly. I been 30 something years. Yeah, I agree too. 30 something years. I agree. You tell me I ain't got no. That's it. Yeah, I agree. And nobody tell me to calm my ass down. Everybody tell me to calm down. God damn it. This is my money y'all playing. Right. You're right. So this is what I'll say. You want to tell me how to feel, man? So this is.
That man has every right to feel exactly how he feels. Imagine working for over 30 years for a company. You have a contract. This contract says if you do this, we're going to do that. You show up. You show up, no matter. You show up not feeling well. You show up when tragedy happens in your family. You show up even though you would prefer to be at a graduation or maybe a baseball game. You show up. You show up when others don't. You show up. You put in the work because you know there's a reward at the end of this. And then you work this way for over 30 years to come in one day and be told that your 30 years of work may not be properly compensated. All of a sudden, your world, your plans, your hopes, your dreams, they come crashing. They first crash mentally, thinking, what am I going to do now? How am I going to make sure my family survives now? Hell, how am I going to survive now? I gave them what they told me, and they did not give me what I was promised. The Teamsters Union.
Okay, so let's pause there and let's get into what actually happened on yesterday. Because the workers were planning on going on strike. They felt that they were being used and abused. And the good thing about it is the strike at trucking firm Yellow averted after deal. Well, let's talk about what happened. U.S. trucking firm Yellow averted a threatened strike by 22,000 Teamsters represented workers on Sunday, saying the company would pay the more than $50 million it owed in worker benefits and pension accruals. Agreement by the central states at the urging of the Teamsters give Yellow 30 days to pay its bills, with the understanding that the company would do so within the next 2 weeks, Teamsters Union said on Sunday. YELL-O is the third biggest U.S. trucking company specializing in the most than truckload segment that combines shipments from different customers in the same trailer. Its customers include large retailers like Walmart and Home Depot, manufacturers, and and Uber Freight, some of which have paused cargo shipments to the company for fear those goods could be lost or stranded if the carrier goes bankrupt. But now, because YELL-O is saying that they're going to do and fulfill their agreement, the hurt is still going to be there. Workers are still going to view it as, can I trust this company? But at the end of the day, what's going to happen is business is going to go on. And that's what you want to see. You want to see business go on. Competitors who are grappling with a sharp drop in freight volume are expected to cherry pick the company's customers, trucking experts and analysts said. In 2020, then U.S. President Donald Trump bailed out the company with a $700 million pandemic relief loan. In exchange, the federal government took a 30% stake in YELL-O. The Nashville, Tennessee-based company, formerly called YRC Worldwide, has not significantly repaid that loan, which is part of a $1.2 billion in debt it is scrambling to refinance before it comes due next year. YELL-O's other lenders include a group led by Apollo Global Management. So this is in the circumstances that they are in. That's not saying that they are a bad company. This is what the company is under. The company executives appealed to the International Brotherhood Teamsters for help slashing expenses as cash dwindles. It was successfully won such concessions in the past, but this time it was rebuffed by new Teamsters General President Sean O'Brien. Following years of worker givebacks, federal loans, and other bailouts, this deadbeat company has only itself to blame for being in this embarrassing position, O'Brien said in a statement last week. So stop right there. What they were saying helped slashing expenses as cash dwindles. They wanted the workers to give back. They want to take away from the workers. That's what they were asking to do. The workers already gave enough. They gave a part of their pensions. They gave so much. How much do you want to take from these people? O'Brien, or O'Brien. I don't know how to necessarily pronounce it. It is also leading negotiations covering roughly 340,000 U.S. employees at United Postal Services. A federal judge in Kansas on Friday rejected YELL-O's request to block the Teamsters from striking over the delinquent benefit payments. Reporting by Lisa Barstein in Los Angeles. So you see what tends to happen and what happened in these set of circumstances. YELL-O got to fulfill what they have going on. But let's play a little bit of this clip and we're going to end the video.
Is threatening a strike against trucking giant YELL-O after the company missed healthcare and pension payments, putting fresh pressure on one of the country's biggest trucking companies as the carrier seeks to avoid bankruptcy. YELL-O is under pressure to repay $700 million in federal loans that was made early in the COVID-19 pandemic. It must also pay down an outstanding loan balance of about $500 million owed to a group of lenders led by Apollo Global Management. The union said Monday that a board overseeing pension and welfare funds for unionized workers will suspend healthcare benefits and pension accruals from July 23rd unless YELL-O makes the needed payments by the end of this week. The Teamsters says that if the payments aren't made, YELL-O workers could strike as soon as July 24th. The Board of Trustees of the Central State, Southeast, and Southwest Areas Health and Welfare Fund, which manages benefits for Teamsters members, says YELL-O withheld payments due July 15th and advised it would withhold payments due August 15th. The board said the payments for the 2 months total more than $50 million.
So let's go ahead and
YELL-O
pause this because we all know that the set of circumstances is YELL-O is going to pay. I don't think they're out of the woods. So I think the workers should be aware, but I don't think YELL-O's out the woods. But I'm happy that they did go through and fulfill their initial obligation because so many people have dedicated their time and efforts into this company, and they're going to show improve. But I don't think they're out of the woods as far as the debt. But if these workers would have strike, YELL-O knew they would have failed on their face. So this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.